So good day everyone. Yung topic naman natin today na i-discuss is curvilinear motion. So last time, kinover natin is yung rectilinear motion which deals with motion along straight line. So ngayon naman pag-uusapan natin is curvilinear motion. So define muna natin guys kung ano si curvilinear motion. So curvilinear motion occurs when a particle is moving along a curved path. So next na pag-usapan natin is free-falling bodies. Although si free-falling bodies is under pa rin siya dapat ng linear motion, is dito ko na siya sinama. Kasi commonly free-falling body is pwede natin siyang i-mix with projectile motion natin. So free fall is a common example of a constant acceleration problem. If an object is in free fall, the constant acceleration is due to gravity. So dito lang po pag sinabi nating free falling bodies, dapat daw po ang acceleration nito ay constant. And kapag sinabi nga nating free fall, basically yung acceleration natin is due to gravity. Next po na pag-uusapan natin is si projectile motion. So define muna natin kung ano ba si projectile motion. So projectile motion can be treated as a two rectilinear motion, one in the horizontal, experiencing zero acceleration, and one is in the vertical direction, experiencing constant acceleration. For example, which is in gravity siya, no? Trajectories can be described by general motion equation for constant acceleration. The key idea is that the horizontal motions can be separated. The motion equation obtained constitute a complete description of the motion given the initial conditions. For horizontal motion, ito po yung mga formula natin. AX or acceleration natin due to along the x-axis is equals to 0. Velocity along x is pwede natin siyang tawagin na VOX. And yung displacement naman po natin is defined by the formula na VOX times time, wherein pagdating sa ating vertical motion, AY is equals to negative G, yung acceleration natin due to gravity. Then Vy is equals to Voy minus Gt. Y is equal to, or displacement natin along the y is Voyt plus 1/2 Gt squared. Ito pong mga formulas natin, kung mapapansin ninyo, is somewhat derived po siya doon sa ating kinematics equation motion na diniscuss natin doon sa naunang topic natin for today. So for projectile, the velocity vector Vo changes with time in both magnitude and direction. This changes in the result of the acceleration in the negative y direction due to gravity. So dito po makikita nyo dito sa natin, yung maximum x po natin, distance, yun yung tinatawag natin na range ng object natin. Then, we have yung time natin papunta doon sa ating highest point. Yun po normally is kalahati nung total time na kailangan para bumalik sa ground yung ating object. Next, for the horizontal component x, the velocity Vo remains constant, Vox, over time because there is no acceleration along the horizontal direction. Ibig sabihin lang daw po nito, yung at any point natin, if Vox all throughout dito sa system natin, sa projectile natin, hindi nagbabago yung Vox natin. Constant lang siya dahil walang acceleration. On the other hand, yung yung Voy natin is nagbabago na siya kasi depende doon sa position niya sa system natin. The vertical component Vy of the velocity Vo is 0 at the peak of the trajectory. So, ang ano lang po dito, no, pagdating daw po dito sa maximum height natin or dun sa kalahati nung range natin, maximum height natin is 0 na yung vertical component nung velocity natin. However, there is a horizontal component of velocity Vx at the peak of the trajectory. Ito po no yung mga ilan sa principles na dapat natin tandaan when dealing with projectile motion. So, since for horizontal motion, since yung acceleration natin along the x-axis is 0, application of the constant acceleration equation, ito po yung mga working equation natin. Vox is equals to Vo cosine theta. Vx is equals to Vox. X is equals to Xo plus Vox times time. If yung initial na displacement natin ay 0, X is equals to Vox times time. Then, pagdating naman kay vertical motion, since positive y-axis is directed upward, yung gravity natin, normal tendency niyan is pababa. So, Ay is equals to negative g. Application of the constant acceleration yields Voy equals Vo sine theta. Vy is equals to Voy minus gt. Y is equals to Yo plus Voy t minus 1 half gt squared. And Vy squared is equals to Voy minus 2g times y minus Yo. Wherein yung mga may subscript natin na O is yung ating initial position. And yung y naman po dito is yung final ano lang natin, no? Is a final position natin. For the range and angle of projection, the range is maximum at 45 degrees because at sine, 2 times 45 is equal to 1. For any angle theta other than 45, a point having a coordinate x and x, 0 can be reached by using either one of the two complementary angle for theta such as 15, 75, or 30 and 60 degrees. So, sabi nga po dito, no? Range of trajectory, the launch feed, angle of projection theta, and the value of the gravity determine the position and the velocity at any time. Yung range natin, no? Yung range again is yung total distance natin from our initial position up to dun sa ating final position. So, range is equals to Vo squared sine 2 theta over g. And then, ito po yung derivation no formula natin. So, the basic motion equation is x is equals to Vox times time. Can be used to find the range by symmetry. The total time of flight is equal to the twice of the time at the peak. So, kung papunta po dito sa peak natin, no, is equals to 2 Voy times g. Therefore, yung R po natin is equals to 2 Vox Voy over g. Then, R is equals to 2 Vo squared sine theta cosine theta g. Cosine theta over g. Pero dito po, no, paano siya naging ganito? Kasi meron po tayong trigonometric identity na ang 2 sine theta cosine theta is equal sa trigo function natin na sine 2 theta. Kaya po naging ganito yung final formula natin for the range na Vo squared sine 2 theta over g. Again, meron po tayong trigo function, no? Kung babalikan nyo sa inyong senior high math, sa trigonometry ninyo, meron tayong trigo function na nagsasabi na ang ating 2 sine theta cosine theta ay equal siya sa sine 2 theta. Ito ay sine 2 theta. Iyan po ay trigonometric function ho. Iyan ha. Hindi po natin yan inimbento para makapag-derive tayo. The maximum height and time of the flight differs for true trajectories. At a launch angle of 90 degrees, it will result at the maximum height any projectile can reach. So, para po mas maintindihan, no, yun lang naman yung mga fundamental concepts and formulas na kailangan tandaan when dealing with free falling bodies and projectile motion. So, meron po tayo dito example problem. An object is dropped from a distance of 7 meters above the ground. How long does it take to fall? So, identify muna natin yung mga given. Given tayo ng final nung displacement natin na 7 meters, 9.81 meters per second. May gravity. Wala po ang initial position natin is considered as 0. And yung VO po natin or initial velocity is 0. Pinapahanap sa atin yung time natin. So, substitute lang natin dun sa formula. S is equals to SO plus VOT plus 1 half AT squared. S is equals to 0 plus 0T plus 1 half times 9.81 meters per second squared times T squared. So, bakit po 0 yung initial na displacement natin? Kasi po, no, kaya 0 kasi yun yung kino-consider natin na 0 point natin, no? Yung initial point natin is 0 and then given tayo nung final height, nung height na ita-travel nung ano natin, no? Yung height na kailangang i-cover or distance na kailangang i-cover nung motion natin na 7 meters. Then direct substitution po. 7 meters is equals to 4.905 meters per second squared times t squared. Solving for t squared, we have t squared is equals to 7 meter divided by 4.905 meters per second squared is equal to 1.427 seconds squared. Take po natin yung square root ng both sides. So, time is equal to square root of 1.427 seconds squared. We will have the value of time na 1.195 seconds. So, proceed po tayo sa next example natin. During a test, a rocket travels upward of 75 meters per second. When it's 40 meters above the ground, its engine fails. Determine the maximum height, S sub b, reached by the rocket and its speed just before it hits the ground. While in motion, the rocket is subjected to a constant downward acceleration of 9.81 meters per second squared due to gravity. Neglect the effect of air resistance. So first, identify natin yung given. Given tayo ng initial velocity of 75 meters per second. Given din po tayo ng total displacement na 40 meters. Yung second velocity natin is 0. Then, ang acceleration natin due to gravity is negative 9.81 meters per second squared. Pinapahanap sa atin yung maximum height, S sub b, and then yung speed ng rocket, no, before it hits the ground. Wherein dito sa figure, we have V sub c. So, for the solution, we have VB squared is equals to V squared plus 2 times A times SB minus SA. Ito po, no, is a play or variation lang ng isa dun sa formula natin for the equation. So, para makuha natin, no, yung second velocity natin, wherein 0 nga po siya, no, para makuha natin yung S sub B natin kasi given naman tayo ng S sub A natin. So, substitute lang natin, no, doon sa equation. We have 75 meters per second quantity squared plus 2 times 9.81 meters per second squared times SB minus 40 millimeters squared. So, ito po, no, is apply lang doon sa mga equation of motion natin. No, pinaglaruan lang, nag-iba lang yung subscript natin. Still, doon lang nagre-revolve yung ating mga equation. Since SB yung hinahanap natin, no, simplify natin yung ating equation. 0 0 is equals to 5625 meters per second squared minus 19.62 meters per second squared times SB plus 784.8 meters per second squared. Ang ginawa lang po dito, sinimplify si 2 times 9.81, then distribute natin no, with SB minus 40 meters. Then, lipat lang po natin sa kabilang side ng equation yung meron tayong variable. Then, pagsamahin natin yung mga pwede natin pagsamahin. We have 19.62 meters per second squared times SB is equal to 6409.8 meters per second squared. Divide both sides by 19.62 meters per second squared. Cancel out po yung mga units natin. May matitira lang sa atin na unit na meter, which is 326.697 meters. Ang nakuha pa lang po natin dyan no, is yung maximum height natin, which is yung SB. Yun po ay mula dito sa peak kung saan na-reach no, nung rocket natin na ang velocity niya ay 0, papunta dito sa ground natin. Then next po na pinapahanap no, is kung ano daw yung speed ng rocket natin nung tumama siya sa ground, wherein dito sa ating diagram na given is denoted siya ng velocity sub c. So the velocity to obtain the velocity of the rocket just before it hits the ground between points B and C, gagamitin din natin ulit po no itong formula na to. Wherein yung VC yung hinahanap natin, VB is a known value. Then acceleration is due to gravity. We have yung SC natin and then minus SB. Given tayo ng SB, alam natin na yung SC natin ay 0 kasi yun po yung ground natin. So VC squared is equals to 0 plus 2 times negative 9.81 meters per second squared times 0 minus 326.697 meters. Kasi alam natin no, ang velocity natin dito at the top is 0. Then simplify, VC squared is equals to 0 plus 6409.795 meters squared per second squared. Kunin lang natin yung square root ng both sides ng equation. We have VC of 80.061 meters per second. Then, take note lang po, no? Ang gagamitin natin dito is yung negative value. So, bakit po yung negative value yung gagamitin natin? So, kaya po negative no yung value na gagamitin natin kasi yung reference natin dito, guys, tandaan nyo, is pababa po siya. Going down yung direction natin. Kung going up yan, positive yan. And alam naman natin, di ba, na kapag nag-square root tayo, dalawa yan. Either a positive or a negative value. Pero i-consider po natin is yung negative value kasi nga po, velocity is a vector quantity with reference yan sa direction natin. So, ano ang direction niya? Ang direction natin, di ba, is going down, kaya negative po. And kung nagkataon na going up yan, yun yung ating positive value. Next, we have an example no, for projectile motion. For projectile motion example, we have a projectile is fired from the edge of a 150 meter cliff with an initial velocity of 180 meters per second at an angle of 30 degrees with the horizontal. Neglecting air resistance, find A, the horizontal distance from the gun to the point where the projectile strikes the ground. B, the greatest elevation above the ground reached by the projectile. So given the value, we have an initial velocity, VO of 180 meters per second. Initial height, or Y sub O of 150 meters. Acceleration due to gravity of negative 9.81 meters per second squared. And acceleration along the x-axis of 0. Pinapahanap sa atin is yung horizontal distance, which is yung range. And yung y natin no, is yung maximum height natin. So for the free body diagram, ito po yung ating magiging free body diagram for this figure. Technically nun, para lang po tayo nagko-component method dito. Kung matatandaan yon sa ating prelim period. Solution, direct substitution lang po tayo sa formula. Formula natin for the VOY is equals to VO sine theta, wherein VO natin is 180 meters per second times sine 30, which give us 90 meters per second. Then Vy natin, alam natin na Vy, our formula is VOY plus 80. Direct substitution lang po tayo. We have Vy is equals to 90 meters per second plus the quantity negative 9.81 meters per second squared times time. And wala na po tayong ibang known value. We will denote this as equation 1. Next naman po, y is equals to VOY t plus 1 half 80 squared. To solve for y, para po makuha natin yung y value, direct substitute tayo. Y is equals to 90 meters per second times time plus 1 half times 9.81 meters per second squared times time squared. Then simplify. Again, unknown value po si time. So ito po ay magka-come up lang tayo sa another equation. So y is equals to 90 meters per second times time minus 4.905 meters per second squared times time squared. Ito naman po yung tatawagin natin na equation 2. Then, meron po tayo equation of motion na Vy squared is equal to VOy squared plus 2ay. So, Vy squared is equals to 90 meters per second squared plus 2 times negative 9.81 meters per second squared times y. Then, simplify po natin, no? Vy squared is equals to 8,100 meters per second squared minus 19.62 meters per second squared times y. Ito naman po yung ating equation 3. Kung mapapansin nyo po dito, no, is gumagawa tayo ng mga relationship using our equations of motion natin, no, for the projectile. Para mag-come up tayo sa final relationship natin and meron po tayong masolve na value. Next naman po, for the horizontal motion, at zero acceleration, Vox is equals to VO cosine theta. It is equal to 180 meters per second times cosine 30. Vox is equal to 155.846 meters per second. Then, substitute lang po natin no, nakuha natin Vox doon sa formula natin for solving for x. X is equals to Vox times t. We have equals to 155.846 times t. Yan po yung tatawagin nating equation 4. For the horizontal distance naman po, projectile strikes at the ground at y is equal to negative 150. Kasi po ang reference axis natin dito, tatandaan natin is ito po, no? Nandito sa taas natin. So y is equal to 90 meters per second times time minus 4.905 meters per second squared times time squared. Substitute natin yung value ng y natin. So we have negative 150. Negative 150 is equal to 90 meters per second times time minus 4.905 meters per second squared times time squared. Then simplify, we have negative 150 is equals to 90t minus 4.905t squared. Dito naman po no is magkakaroon tayo ng quadratic equation. Quadratic equation is na-introduce po sa inyo no doon sa ating naunang topic kanina. Solving for t, kailangan natin gamitin si quadratic formula. So, rewrite lang po natin no, sa standard form yung equation natin. Then, identify natin kung ano yung value ni A, B, and C para po masubstitute natin doon sa formula natin. Solving for time, so equals to negative B plus minus square root of B squared minus 4AC over 2A. So, A is equals to 4.905, B is equals to negative 90, and C is equals to negative 150. Direct substitution, we have negative 90 plus minus square root of negative 90 squared minus 4 times 4.905 times negative 150 divided by 2 times 4.905. Simplify, t is equals to negative 90 plus minus 8,000 square root of 8,100 plus 2943 divided by 9.81. Simplifying, we have negative 90 plus minus 105.806 divided by 9.81. Yung time natin, we have, pag sinolve natin na using yung plus, we have 15.086 divided by 9.81 is equals to 1.358 seconds. Normally, ito po yung gagamitin natin. No? Kasi again, wala po tayong negative na time. Then, solve for x naman tayo using yung equation 4 natin. No? Solve for x using equation 4 kasi nakuha na natin yung time. So, x is equals to 155.846 meters per second squared times time. X is equal to 239.653 meters. Next, kailangan nating mahanap no, yung ating maximum elevation. Yun is nag-o-occur kapag yung Vy natin is equal to 0. So again, balik po tayo sa mga previous equation natin kanina na ginawa. We have the formula na Vy squared is equals to 8,100 meters squared per second squared minus 19.62 meters per second squared times y. Substitute natin Vy equals to 0. So, 8,100 meters per second minus 19.62 meters per second squared times y. Transpose lang po natin sa kabilang side si 19.62 para mahiwalay natin no, yung merong variable sa wala. So, 19.62y equals 8,100 meters per second. Divide both sides by 19.62. Y is equals to 412.844 meters. So, yan na po ba yung sagot natin? Hindi pa. Kasi, yan po yung height na papunta doon sa ating reference line, no? Dito sa reference axis natin, ito po, no? Ayan lang po yung line na mula dito. Mula dito sa highest na trajectory natin na point papunta dito sa point na to. Kaya lang, di ba, elevated po yung projectile natin ng 150 meters. Kaya kailangan nating ipag-add yun. Therefore, the maximum height above the ground is 150 meters plus 412 is equal to 562.844 meters. And dyan po nag-end no, yung discussion natin with regards sa curvilinear motion. If meron pong further questions no, regarding sa mga topics na discuss, is pwede po natin yung i-address no, sa pag nagkaroon na tayo ng face-to-face classes. No? Kasi ngayon, for now, is nakaschedule tayo for an asynchronous class. So that's all. Thank you.